Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing my, and yes I know it is a ridiculous planner stack with you guys for the month of July. I have end of month flips for all of these, going over how I use each one more in depth and how I've switched them up. I am starting to consolidate the planners that I do use, just because as you'll see it's like a lot. Like, can this even fit in one frame? And like, I know it's a lot, and we all know I go into like doing so many different planners to going back down to like 2 sometimes. I will say that it is nice to kind of have all of these. I keep them, you know, for the most part pretty close to each other, and so it's nice to have things like spread out, but there are times where I just get really overwhelmed and I just need that one planner, which is what my GM is for. So let's go ahead and jump right in to the main planner. Again, specific videos I'll have linked below. I'll probably just do the playlist. I might do individual links, we'll see. But it's been happening all week. So I like to do these end of month flips every month. If you're new to my channel, I call them end of month flips, and I go through all the planners. That way y'all can see not only the spreads, because I do, you know, I've been getting better at posting spreads on my Instagram, but that way y'all can see the spreads, and then just why I've changed things around, what I may have added, a quick review, and that way if you're looking to switch things up, hopefully it helps. So I do them for multiple reasons, but I really like this series. This is probably my favorite series that I do on the channel, and that I've now been more consistent with, just because I feel like it's nice, because planner flip videos are my favorite because they have a lot of information in them, and so that's what I try and do in these videos as well, as be as informative as possible. And then with the planner stack, it's just so y'all can see how I manage my chaos and how I use so many different planners. So yeah, with that, this is my jam. This will always be my main agenda. This is open on my desk at all times. I sometimes travel with it, sometimes take it with, just because, especially now, I've tried to put an overview of every single planner in here. So we have where my plans first come in, which are quarterly and monthly. I have an hourly. I've honestly stopped. I haven't really used my Erin Condren hourly this month because I've been using this whenever I need it. And so it also, you know, took me down to one less planner, and I'm okay with that. If I don't need it, I don't need it. I don't force myself to use any planner in my system. And so that's another reason why too I do these end of month flips, so y'all can see exactly what I'm using and why I've leaned towards one, more towards one than the other. With these hourlies, this is my main planner, so it's easier, you know, to just reference and use one than it is to go back and forth between multiple. Coming from the girl who's about to show y'all like 8 planners, but that's typically why if I stop using one, it's because I put it in here, and it just makes it easier on me. I have these weekly plans. These are my main weekly inserts. I added my finance section in here, so I just have an overview of the month, all of my bills, budget log, and then weekly expenses in here. And I've actually been keeping up with this, so I do need to start recording budget videos. I have mentioned that multiple times, so I think I might start with like an August setup and go from there, but I really do like this. My academic section, I have these inserts from ROSIE PAPETERIE, and then these calendars for my paper code, just to keep track of all of my assignments. And then the final section is a note section. I have these extra inserts from Infinite Lotus that came in, and so I really like using these just as like an additional space to just write out lists, take notes of everything going on. And so this has really replaced the focus planner, which is why I haven't been leaning into my Erin Condren planner, because now I've been using this and it's, again, all in one spot. So this is the main planner, and then from there, everything else I typically call like supplemental or tactical, and they just bridge off of this planner because they just go into more details or specifics, or they are like a category-based planner. For example, my consulting planners. So I recently became a consultant at a company that I absolutely love, and we're in the phases of creating like a marketing plan and everything, and like really growing it before I take on clients. And so I have these 2 agendas, which I love. These are also newer. These are the Epi Leather, vintage Epi Leather agendas from Louis Vuitton. They are vintage because they have the gold, and the new ones have the silver, and I want the gold. Y'all know I love gold. So I've been using these. The main planner is this GM A5 size is my favorite, like, go-to size. And so I'll always have my main planner be a GM more than likely if it's something important like this. And so we have a monthly calendar view in here, and then those same inserts that I just showed you that I had in my tactical portion of my, or the miscellaneous / tactical portion of my agenda. So when I ordered the set, it actually came with double the amount of inserts, so I figured I would just throw the extra set in here and use it. And then I have these for consulting. And again, I just love how you can categorize everything and break everything down. You also have 2 lined columns. I love structure and lines, so whenever there's an option to not have a blank spot, I will do it. Even like with the monthly view, I think y'all saw they have lines. I need that structure, and I just prefer it. So that's all that's in here. I have the full year in here, but it's just monthly, and then these weekly inserts, and then everything else is in the medium ring for this. So I have a monthly overview schedule. I have daily inserts for when I just want to take note of, you know, things that I really need to work on by day, project inserts, meeting inserts, hourly inserts to track time for when I start meeting with oh my god, what word am I trying to use? For when I start meeting with clients, and then just some notes. So that is this. This is what I consider tactical because it has more in-depth plans than in here. And it's also more of like a notebook because I have meeting notes and just general notes in here as well. So that is what I use for consulting. And then for every day, my main job, I have this Louis Vuitton agenda cover, and inside of it I have my Erin Condren A5 Daily Duo. I've been wanting to like bridge out of this and put it into my main agenda, but I just love this planner so much. It's like perfect for work. I don't think I have any sensitive information in here. Actually, I have like 1 note page so I can show y'all like this. So I've really been loving it. I got these new markers from Erin Condren recently that have the dots, and so I've really been loving using that in here. But really, I just map out my day. I have my running to-do list. I can't show this page, so let me do this. But just highlight lunch and important things that I need to do. And yeah, I just really have been loving this for work, and it's nice to be able to close it up and not look at it. I think that's why I like having a planner just for work and just for consulting, right? Because a lot of times I have a lot going on and it gets overwhelming, and so I can just close these up and put them away, right? Like on the weekend, this is out of sight, out of mind in my desk. Throughout the week, if I'm not working on any consulting work, these are on my planner cart. So it's nice to have a spot for these things because of course they're important, but it's also nice to, when it comes to like time management and, you know, mental health, have them be able to like go away and keep them out of sight. So something I just prefer, and why I like having so many different planners. I feel like a lot of people can get intimidated by using so many different planners, but for me, there's certain things with like, yeah, you'll see that in these planners. Do they serve a real function? No, I would say that those are the planners that, you know, are more important. But when it comes to using multiple planners, as long as something has a purpose, you don't need to use multiple planners. But if you do feel like you're overwhelmed, I do recommend trying to separate something out, especially things like work that can, you know, maybe cause some anxiety, right? And so separating stuff like that out can typically, if you want to try it, would be the best way that I recommend trying using multiple planners. I hope I'm making sense because I feel like I just have so much in my brain and trying to like take it out. But separating something that might, you know, cause you stress. I hope I'm making sense. Just taking something out that you could really maybe go into more detail, or it might be worth, you know, like for me, separating out, like with work, I don't want to feel overwhelmed, like especially because, you know, I have school, I have consulting, and I have my main job, and then I also have content creating. And so being able to separate stuff out really helps with life in general, and at least for me, because I can categorize it. And I think you've noticed I've been saying categorize a lot. That's just how, like, I think my brain functions, is I like making lists, which is why I'm a huge planner person, and I like being able to separate, and that helps me manage my time more effectively. So yeah. As for these agendas, y'all have seen these. I love them. Are they necessary? No, but they're fun, right? Like, I find planning fun, and I find creating certain planners, like this one is my little lifestyle agenda. It's a vintage Chanel as well, and it has like my luxury wish list in here. It has some travel inserts in here. It has a capsule wardrobe that I'll eventually set up. But this is just a fun little agenda that I can come in and just play with whenever I want. I also have a book inserts in here since I started reading more, and I don't know, it makes me really happy to just have this and have a little fun section, but also be able to like plan some of this stuff out, have a list of like where I'm at with my book collection, because I want to collect all the Star Wars books, what I'm reading, how long it took me, etc. And then same with like travel, like I'll use this whenever we go on a honeymoon to plan our honeymoon. And then I just primarily use this for my luxury wish list right now, but this is fun, right? Like, this is the fun planning. You know, it's not work, it's not chores, so it's more fun. And then this one is my little on-the-go planner. I have it for travel. Once I get a new passport, that'll stay back here. And then I have these Louis Vuitton inserts that I purchased, and I plan out any trips in here and any reservations and meetings, and I take it with me on the go. I have a travel card thing. It's called Priority Pass that we got with our credit card, but I can keep anything travel specific in here, and it's a nice little like storage planner, and then just general notes and a packing list in here. So again, it has a purpose. Do I use it every day? Of course not. I don't travel every day. I wish I did, but I don't. But it serves a purpose to me, and I like that. A lot of people feel the need to use their planners every day, and I think that's probably another tip of advice that I try and like call out as much as possible. If you don't have to use your planners every day, don't force yourself to ever use it if you don't need it, right? Like, I think a lot of people, especially when they buy like a Louis Vuitton agenda or something that's a little bit more you know, higher in price, they feel the need to try and use it. If you pressure yourself to use something that you're not going to use, you'll end up I think just finding it more stressful than anything. So as long as it serves a purpose, then that's all that matters. I've talked about that a lot on my channel with a lot of inserts, like especially with consulting. I have it set up in there if I need it, and if I don't use it every day, if I only use it once a month, I'm personally okay with that, because I know it served its purpose and it helped me stay organized that 1 or 2 days that I might have needed it that month. So just something to call out. I do get asked a lot about like using multiple planners, and so I'm trying to provide as many tips as possible, because I feel like I haven't really mentioned a lot of this in recent videos. So for anyone new, that's just my insights on using multiple planners. Final two in my system is these medium ring agendas. So I have the Chanel agenda. That is what I've just been using for content planning. It's very simple to the point, monthly note inserts. And then I have my medium ring that has served more as like a notebook, and it's like a 6-subject notebook. I like it because I can take it with me in most bags and just have something to write on if I need it. And so it's really come in handy, and especially since I've been using larger bags lately and more totes, I just throw this in and take it with me and have a set of, you know, have a notebook on me at all times. So yeah, that is the current planner system, multiple planning tips, and that is going to be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I love talking about planners. Happy to, you know, talk about anything. If y'all, especially with school, I get a lot of people, of course, since I share a lot of academic stuff, ask me questions about like planning for school. I love talking about that. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching.